kind of got a little setback again tonight. Been dealing with like this thing in my back since, West Coast trials now. So that was like back in, I think, April. So we're coming up on a year now. I've been dealing with this thing, and I've been trying to be smart about it. Like, I heard it in my match with Elder at West Coast trials. And then I took some time off, and I was like, okay, my low back's just tight, but it's getting better. And then I went into CGI camp, and then I was like, okay, this is not like low back pain. This is something different. Because I've had like issues with this hip when I was younger. I like fell on it weird during like a takedown scramble. And I have had issues with this knee and this ankle. So it's just kind of my bad side. And I noticed it was like bleeding into like my hip in my SI joint kind of. I was dealing with that throughout CJI and taking time off in training and taking time off in training and trying to make it through the training camp. And then I thought I gave myself a good amount of rest after CGI, doing like the whole road trip and everything. But when I got back, the issue just now is spiraling again. And now, like, tonight is literally the worst night that it's been since I heard it. Wasn't doing anything crazy. I've been building up my training slowly to intense rounds. And tonight was like the first round that I like went pretty hard. Like, I got my heart rate pretty high. It was me and Jason Nolf. It wasn't anything that he did wrong, but I was just wrestling. I just felt, again, like this sharp pull in like my upper glutes, low back. And it just feels like what I would consider like ligament pain. I've like torn ligaments and stuff in my knees and elbows before, and neck before. So I know what that feels like that sharp pain. And I like feel that again tonight. So we'll see. Now's the road to recovery. And you guys will probably be seeing this after my next match as like a, hopefully some success story. Hopefully this gets better. We'll see.
Wasabi, YouTube. We got the whole crew together. We got the dog in the truck, Mr. Steel, Man of Steel, UFC lightweight, and my wife behind the camera. We're making the road trip to Las Vegas. We're gonna complete the last half of the camp there, or I guess probably like the last fourth of the camp. We've done most of the camp here in Austin, Texas, and now on our way to Las Vegas to kind of like acclimate to the altitude there. My match with Achilles is probably gonna be pretty high paced, so I wanna make sure that I have the best conditioning possible for the match. So we're gonna go out there and do a little bit of some training in the desert mountains and get all ready for the UFC Fight Pass Invitational, May 29th. So follow along for the road trip, be fun. What's up, everybody? We have now made it here to Vegas. It's a pretty long drive, but it was really scenic once we got out of the state of Texas. And now we got Andrew. He flew here yesterday. We met up with him last night, and now we're here at Syndicate MMA. We're gonna hit our first workout, kind of get the blood flowing, get some posterior chain activation after that long car ride, and then we'll start getting into this last part of the training camp. Hey everybody, we are here at Iridium Sports facility. It's gonna be sick today. We're gonna get some training in with Cody Steele, Andre Feely, so maybe some more UFC fighters, get some rounds in, maybe some drills, maybe a little assault bike, and then it's fight week, baby. Let's get it. guys, so just want to kind of update y'all now. Beginning of the video, I was kind of dealing with a lot of injuries in this camp. Things went pretty well though, kind of like after that point. I took like a good bit of time off, and now we've been feeling really good out here in Vegas. Hit a really solid training camp in Austin, and then been kind of finishing it up here. I actually though, injuries don't just seem to stay away from me at this point. Like I'm pretty injury prone, I guess, just from like the mileage that I put on my body at this point from years of competing and stuff. Yeah. So I popped my hamstring actually the first week we were here. Unfortunately, took me out of training for a few days, but it wasn't that bad. I didn't get any black and bluing, so didn't tear it. I think I just kind of, from like the car ride maybe and just some tightness, pulled it a little bit. And then I got a sinus infection, which I actually ended up having to take some antibiotics for. So yeah, this camp was definitely not perfect, but I'm really happy with the progress we made, in this camp. No camp has barely been perfect for me lately. Last year was just struggling with injury after injury after injury. This time I'm feeling really great. And, even though we had like the little hamstring setback and the sinus infection, I'm actually feeling really good. And I think this is still like the most successful camp we've had at this point. So not complaining at all, and really excited to get out there and showcase what I've been working on. And I'm thankful we got out here early enough, because, if I was, dealing with sinus infection, maybe popped hamstring, and then also adjusting to altitude like week of competition, that could be a little bit of, troublesome. But the fact that we kind of got out here early and I got to deal with all that stuff while I was out here, able to still adjust to the altitude, still get some conditioning work in, hit some of my EMOMs like you guys saw in the video, and still hit lots of drills and things like that. I'm feeling really ready to go for my match with Achilles. We faced off this morning. Really excited, feeling confident, and ready to get out there and put on a show for you guys.
And his opponent making his FPI debut, this is William Tackett. $180.5 for William Tackett.
Every event's gotten better. Every event's gotten more exciting. Every event's grown with viewership to the point that we've caught the attention of Dana and TKO and the entire infrastructure of this company. And there's some big things coming.
He more uses his pace and his athleticism. So I think that I'm going to be able to present a problem that he's not really seen before, which is really good braking mechanics and strong, maybe even more slow-paced technique that might counteract his athletic style.
But how much did you lean on the experience that you have on the mat in this fight tonight?
Yeah, so like I'm a little bit more of a sniper when it comes to like my style, and Achilles makes a lot of mistakes, maybe because he's younger, but also he's really flexible and he scrambles a lot. So I knew that if I just was patient and waited for him to make a mistake, I could get like a clean finish. A lot of people kind of like chase him and they end up getting caught in like these dog fights and get really tired. So I just tried to like wait for my opportunity, and it came quicker than I thought, but I'm happy about it.